Hello guys, I am Imad and today I am going to talk about essay writing. Please note that these essay which I am going to teach you about is applicable in IELTS Writing Task-2, Academic and General, as well as Pearson PTE Writing Task, Essay Writing. So I am gonna give you a brief introduction about the essay, the background, the little bit briefing on what type of essay and the length of the essay I am going to write about. And later in this video, I am gonna write an example, a full example of a essay which will cover IELTS writing task 2 and Pearson essay writing task, both of them it will cover, and I'm sure this will be very helpful because it helped me in my Pearson preparation as well as in my IELTS examination, and I'm sure this is gonna help you as well. A lot of things gonna be cleared up through this format of essay writing. So it's not a fixed template. There are some channels who provide templates for essay writing. I think it's a little bit risky, but the format, the if you to break it down into some certain sentences, I think that would be a very safe thing to do, considering that templates is not gonna fit in every situation, each and every situation. So you must have a flexible format, a flexible layout, which helps you uh, get good percentage or good bands in both of the examination. So coming right back to the business, which is the essay writing. So my I will target the length of around 250 or 250 words, and in that way we will cover both test formats of PT and IELTS. So I'm just going to start a little bit of brief background, and then we will move on to the example, the sample of my essay. So here you see there are two type of essay, generally two types of essay, and throughout my journey of my preparation and everything, I have only encountered these two types of essay, the discussion essay and the argument essay. What is the discussion essay? And anything, I think, if anything out of these two you will see, I think you can make them. If they are not originally discussion or argument essay, you can make them discussion and argument essay. Anything can be, any topic can be right in these two formats, any essay. So it's very easy. I have break it down for you. And so first of all, before starting, I want to talk about what is the discussion essay and what is argument essay. So briefly, I am going to talk about briefly, and when I write the example, and then you gonna understand it better. So for just brief summary, what does this discussion essay and argument essay? The discussion essay, where we have to discuss more than one point of view in this essay and come to a conclusion at the end. So it simply means that if there is an essay, there if the topic is given to us in the form of questionnaire, in a form of question. So if they ask you, do you agree or disagree? This is a this is a discussion essay, because you do want to read both point of view. One paragraph would be first. One paragraph would be uh, in agreement with the opinion which is given to you in question, and the other paragraph would be in refute, in disagreement of the topic. So that is the discussion essay. Discussion essay, you have to analyze both points of both point of view, but that is not possible in many cases. Sometimes there is only reasonable and only sensible opinion in a topic. So all all your essay will be written down by agreeing with the topic. You can't write it in like both agreement and disagreement. You have to write in. There are some topics which you will face, which we'll see later, in which discussing both sides is not suitable. So best option there is either agreeing with the whole thing or disagreeing with the whole thing. So for for summary, discussion essay, you discuss more than one point of view, and in argument essay you discuss one. You take a single position on your on a topic. Sorry, I write it wrong here. In argument essay, we have to take a single position on a topic. Single you In argument essay, we have to switch a single position on a topic and have to prove it through supportive argument throughout the essay. Have to prove your point of view, which would be either agreement or in disagreement, and you have to support the whole argument throughout your essay. So both uh, these are the two approaches, basic two approaches to write an essay. And today I'm first I will let's just say, wait a second. If you see, wait a second, I am going to find a topic for you. So here is the topic. Here is the topic, and in some areas of the United States, uh, curfew is imposed in which teenagers are not allowed to be out of doors after a particular time at night unless they are accompanied by an adult. By an adult. What is your opinion about that? What is your opinion about that? It also says that give reason for your answer and include any relevant example from your own knowledge or experience. So this is a topic we have, and I am not writing it because of the in any time constraint, because I am teaching. So please make sure that whatever the time your test allows you in 40 minutes, 20 minutes, make sure that your writing speed and everything must be within in a time, because if it's not within, if you are not writing in the given time, then there is no point of writing. There is no point of taking the exam. So make sure the speed, accuracy, spelling, everything should be maintained and done within a time. So in some areas of the US, a curfew is imposed in which teenagers are not allowed to be out of the doors after a particular time at night unless they are accompanied by an adult. What is your opinion about that? So straight away, this is a discussion essay, because both it has a good points, some positive points as well as some negative points. So we are going to discuss both of them, and at the end of the day and at the end of the essay, we will give our opinion, our main statement, that whether we think is agree or not, whether it's good or not. In argument essay, like there is a topic I have read, is advertising is like is advertising is consumerism is a good thing, or it is making people uh, buy things which they don't need. Obviously, I think over advertising of certain products, of some products, is way too much these days, and I don't agree with it. Completely disagree with over advertising. I think there must be a limits, and so that's why I will write an argument as about it. In refute, in agreement you can also write, but in to me I think it's a very negative thing to do, to just push something on public, subconsciously making their minds to buy such and such thing. So I don't agree with this, so I will write the uh, our essay in review. So here is the topic, and in this topic particularly, there are both points, multiple points of views can be discussed. So here we go. Here we start our topic. So we are going to write about the discussion essay. Discussion essay, and you need to understand that in discussion essay we have break it down in four paragraphs. This is applicable in argument essay as well, but it has obviously little bit of we have to do a little bit adjustment to on that. So in discussion essay introduction paragraph, the first sentence is the background, write about the background, and then the second sentence of the first paragraph is will be about detailed background. The background, which is just another line which is related to the our first uh, statement of the background of the history of the topic. In the third line, we have the POV on the topic that can be analyzed, the point of views of the topic that can be analyzed. And what is this? We will when I write the example, you can understand and better. It is basically the main tagline of our topic, which we are going to write it. The curfew is imposed, and we are going to discuss. And with like the curfew is imposed in teenagers are allowed not to out no are not allowed to be out of doors after a particular time at night, and this is the our POV, which is in agreement and disagreement, and in both of forms. And the final one is outline. Outline is something like with the details of such and such thing are as follows. It's just a concluding line of the introductory paragraph. So so if we move on to the second paragraph, introduction is so if we move on to the second paragraph, then there is a point of view statement of POV 1. POV again is means point of view 1. POV stands for point of view. And the what is the point of view? Like, I'm gonna make a short summary, and which will be my point of view. Like for example, I write about the just wait a second. So in my POV, I can write that those witches are not allowed to be out of second. Is in that you can write a topic which is in agreement with the statement that uh, in agreement you will write it is confused imposed in which teenagers are not allowed to be out of doors after a particular time. So it is We are gonna just write a rough intro of our point of view one. It is a very good initiative. Oops. Initiative. Consider- Considering the considering the crime rate is on the rise and teenagers are the most vulnerable vulnerable group in the crime rate on the rise. Who, who can be paid easily, who can be easily held, easily held victim and acts. So this would be the our agreement paragraph, and the other one is gonna be in review. So what should be the refuting paragraph of this? I think I think in some areas the graffiti machines are not those up for power time at night unless they are accompanied by an adult. So it is some might say that some might say that it will hurt personal freedom of people and so it may cause hindrance in their nec- necessary necessary in the necessary stuff like studies, jobs, etc. So in background, we talk about the little bit history about the topic. In detail background, we're gonna talk about the also talk about the history of the topic, which is related to our first statement. The POV on the topic that can be analyzed is like for example, which is just basically the restating of the our main topic. Like if I want to talk about the povs which that can be analyzed, so I'm just gonna say that in some area a curfew is imposed in which teenagers are not allowed to be out of doors particular time unless they are accompanied by an adult. So we're gonna restate this in our introduction paragraph after the background is done, and we can we and as an outline, which is the fourth line, we're gonna write about these opinions, these statements, or I should say these point of view will be discussed in this order, or I should say I will analyze these areas in my essay in next paragraphs. Something like that. No, not necessarily you need to mention the paragraphs, but you can say I will analyze these areas in my essay, or you can also say that this essay will analyze both in and before a reason conclusion is reached. So you can use multiple lines like that, and after that there is a supporting paragraph on the statement of POV1, which I already write. It would be in agreement. This is our statement of POV1, which we are gonna include it here, and then we have to come up with examples. This is very important. Examples. These exam uh, authorities, they love example, so you must include example which is related to your statement of POV. And the in the third, your discussion statement related to example means that you give the example and you here you need to explain a little bit more about the statement. And in the concluding statement is just it's just like you another is just like another uh, line you can add, like when the statement and everything is done, examples is done, and you can also write moreover these things should also be considered that, like that. On the other hand, with the connect, thus you have to conclude that thus it is also, it can be said that this or agreement, like if I write, so therefore you can conclude your paragraph that we can say that the it is a good initiative, and if some people, some parents might feel good about that, that that is your the concluding line, which should be very basic and which is actually concluding your whole paragraph. And in your point of view, we're gonna discuss the another point which you have already thought earlier about the different opinion, and you're gonna write it like straight away with same wording or with different wording in a statement of POV2, and then you have to similarly give an example discussion, and you have to conclude the statement. In the concluding paragraph, which is the final paragraph, summary, we have to give the summary of POV analyze. Means these two POVs must be summarized here, which is the reinstating of those POVs in different wording. This line is very important. This is the main difference between argument essay and discussion. In discussion essay, you discuss both topics and give your point, statement, final verdict, final judgment here. But the uh, in the argument essay, you have to give your opinion first, and then write the in the introduction paragraph, and then write the rest of the essay by giving arguments uh, about your point of view, about your opinion on that. In discussion essay, you don't write anything, whether you agree or disagree in the beginning or in the supporting paragraph one or in supporting paragraph two. You the verdict, the main statement of your POV, what you think is right, is gonna be here. One of these two, you gonna choose, and the one you choose, you should write it here. This is the most important line in our concluding paragraph, and the final. It is like the concluding statement, but it should be prediction or recommendation. Like in future, if we make some changes in this existing system, then we're gonna have the benefit. And all government should legal legislate more about this or look into this. So this is the prediction or recommendation, and I'm sure if in the next video when I write the example on that, that's gonna open up things a lot more for you guys. So this is the our discussion essay, and in the next video we are gonna write an example, a full detail essay, full 250 word, 200 to 300 word essay, and it's gonna clear up a lot of things. You may find something confusing in this format, but I'm pretty sure once you go through the example, and I try my best to teach you about the example as much as I can, and explain every line and everything, and I'm sure that example will be will ease things up for you. So take care, guys, and see the next video for the example of this topic which we have here. So this topic example is in next video. Thank you very much. Take care.